Welcome, everyone. That feeling is back, isn't it? NFL season opener, the crisp air, the crowd noise, just that electric feeling.
Oh, yeah. Nothing quite like week one.
And when it's Eagles-Cowboys, forget about it. That rivalry is something else entirely. Two storied franchises, just pure intensity.
Absolutely. The stakes always feel higher, even in week one.
Yeah.
The buzz was definitely there.
So today, we're going to break down Philly's 24-20 win over Dallas. A really hard-fought game. We'll dig into the key moments, some standout performances, maybe some surprising ones, too.
And figure out what it all means, right, for both teams moving forward after such a competitive start.
Exactly. We want to give you the real story behind the score. And, the Eagles started the night unveiling that Super Bowl LIX banner. Talk about setting a mood.
Yeah, a championship celebration, and then boom, right into the fire of that rivalry. All the good feelings probably vanished pretty fast.
They did. And the game itself, well, it started with something truly bizarre, something you almost never see.
Talk about the ejection, right?
Right.
Before single snap.
Unbelievable. Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter ejected, spitting on Dak Prescott. Just, wow. The whole stadium was stunned.
But then the plot thickened, didn't it? Video came out showing Prescott kind of spitting towards Carter first.
Right. So maybe not quite the clear-cut villain moment it seemed initially. Still, the result was the same. Carter's out.
And tactically, that's huge. Losing a Pro Bowl talent like that before play one, it immediately puts pressure on the Eagles' D-line rotation.
Yeah. Messes up their game plan right away. Maybe makes things a little easier for the Cowboys offense, gives them an unexpected edge.
Definitely an advantage for Dallas starting out, even if it happened in a really strange way.
So after all that chaos settles, the game actually turns into a bit of an offensive showcase early on. Surprising, right?
Yeah, you might expect things to be tight after that, but nope, shootout.
Cowboys strike first. Javonte Williams powers it in from the 1-yard line. 7U, Dallas.
Looks strong there. But the Eagles, well, they didn't waste any time answering.
Nope. Jalen Hurts does what he does, uses his legs, scampers in for a 4-yard touchdown. Just like that, 7-7.
Quick response. Showed both offenses came to play, despite the pregame fireworks. Set the tone for a real back and forth.
It really did. And speaking of offense, let's look at some of those performances. Javonte Williams really looked good for Dallas early.
He did. He ran hard. Got that second touchdown, too. Another 1-yard plunge put him up 14-7.
Finished with, 54 yards? He was churning out tough yards in that first half.
Yeah, and CB Lamb was electric early, too. He was making plays all over the field.
Oh, yeah. 3 catches, 76 yards, just like that. He ended up with 7 for a 110. When he's on, he's tough to handle.
Dallas moved the ball well through the air and on the ground in that first half. Looked pretty dangerous, honestly. Lived up to some of the hype.
But the Eagles, they had their answers. Jalen Hurts, again with his legs, just dynamic.
That second rushing TD, the 8-yarder, tied it back up at 14-14. He was so efficient, too.
He really was. Completed his first 6 passes, ended up 19 of 23 for 152 yards, plus the 65 rushing. That dual threat ability is just killer.
And then you saw the new guy, Saquon Barkley, make his mark.
Right. His Eagles debut looked explosive on that 10-yard touchdown run, gave Philly the lead 21-17 right before the half.
Yeah, you could see the burst, had almost 50 rushing yards by halftime, finished with 60. He adds a whole different element to that backfield.
He really does. Okay, so lots of offensive fireworks early. But the game really shifted, I think, because of some key mistakes, especially for Dallas later on.
Yeah, the second half was frustrating for them offensively. The run game kind of dried up.
And CeeDee Lamb, despite the big yardage day, those drops. Ooh.
Oh, absolutely critical. That late bomb he couldn't haul in, that could have been the go-ahead score. Game changer, potentially.
And the fourth down one, too, looked tough, maybe, but catchable. You need your star to make that play.
Exactly. And credit to him, he took responsibility afterwards. But man, in a 4-point loss, those moments stick with you. How do you shake that off?
It's tough, especially in a rivalry game. Those plays get magnified,
For sure. It tests your mental resilience, moving past those what-ifs.
Now, let's flip it. The Eagles' defense, they looked, kind of shaky in the first half, didn't they?
They really did. Struggled against the run. Lamb was finding space. Seemed a bit porous.
But then the second half happened. And this is where things get really interesting. Matt Eberflus, the DC, he changed things up.
Big time. He got aggressive. Started sending more blitzes, especially from the secondary safeties. Corners come in unexpectedly.
And that worked.
It seemed to really disrupt Dak Prescott's timing. Forced him into quicker throws, maybe into coverage he didn't want to throw into. It just kind of discombobulated the whole Cowboys offense.
Discombobulated. Good word for it. That's a huge in-game adjustment.
Massive. It went from a defense that was getting picked apart to one dictating the terms. Testament to coaching and player execution.
And that defensive shift led to some big moments. Jake Elliott.
Wow. That 58-yard field goal. Huge kick. In the third quarter, he extends the lead to 24-20. That's a cannon of a leg and a big psychological boost.
Then the turnover. This felt like the real turning point.
Oh, the fumble. Miles Sanders, playing against his old team, coughs it up deep in Eagles territory.
And the rookies step up. Linebacker Jihad Campbell forces it. Corner Quinion Mitchell recovers.
That was enormous. Dallas is driving, threatening to take the lead or cut it to one, and boom, turnover. Defense makes a massive stand. Just pure instinct from those young guys.
Incredible sequence. And then, just to add more drama, lightning.
Right. A weather delay, late third quarter, everything just stops for an hour.
How does that affect teams in the middle of such a tense game?
That's got to be tough. You lose your rhythm, you cool down. Some teams come out flat, others use it to regroup. It's a real test of focus and mental stamina. Coaches are scrambling, players are trying to stay locked in. It's a weird situation.
Must be. Game resumes, and we see a familiar sight for Philly fans.
The tush-push, or brotherly shove, whatever you want to call it.
They ran it. After all the offseason talk, the vote to ban it fails, and there they are, fourth quarter, crucial third and short, and they convert.
And it worked perfectly. What does that tell you?
It tells me they're going to keep doing it until someone stops them, rules or no rules.
Exactly. It's part of their identity now. It's almost a psychological weapon, right? Knowing they can likely convert any short yardage changes how defenses have to play them on earlier downs. It's a bold statement.
Definitely. Let's shift to coaching for a sec. Brian Schottenheimer for the Cowboys. You got to give him some credit, right?
Absolutely. Considering the, let's call it turbulence, surrounding the team leading up to the game, keeping them focused, competitive on the road against the champs. That's impressive.
Yeah, they were right there, had a chance to win. The scheme seemed solid, got the run game going early.
That resilience, keeping the team steady amidst the noise, that says a lot about his leadership and the team's focus. That's a positive sign for Dallas, I think, even in a loss. It shows they can handle pressure.
Good point. On the downside, injuries are always part of the game. Some potentially significant ones here.
Yeah, Eagles guard Landon Dickerson leaving with that back injury, especially after missing practice time. That's concerning.
And Ben Van Sumeren, the fullback, out on the opening kickoff with a knee. Will Shipley, backup RB, questionable with ribs.
Those head up. Losing Dickerson is the big one, though.
Yeah.
Disrupts that offensive line chemistry, which is so crucial for Hurts and Barkley, especially heading into next week.
Right. So let's zoom out. Post-game feelings, future outlook. For Dallas, even though they lost, feels like there's some optimism, yeah.
I think so. They hung tough with the defending champs on the road, played better than maybe some expected, showed that running game can be effective.
So what stands out to you moving forward for them?
It's that competitiveness. They show they can play with top teams. The big question now is mental. Can they build on the good stuff and not let those key mistakes like Lamb's drops or the fumble define their early season? They showed fight, which is huge.
And for the Eagles, Hurts was clutch late, defense bent but didn't break, made huge adjustments.
Yeah, that defensive turnaround in the second half is massive for their confidence. Making those blitz adjustments work against a good offense, that's big. But they can't afford that slow defensive start again, especially next week.
The Super Bowl rematch? Chiefs, week 2?
Exactly. You give Patrick Mahomes that kind of opening like the Cowboys had in the first half, that could be trouble. They need to figure out that early inconsistency fast. It's a huge test right away.
Man, what a game to kick things off. Just a total roller coaster. Individual brilliance, coaching chess matches, critical errors, rookie heroics. Everything.
They really had it all. Pure NFL drama. Just underscores how unpredictable this league is, especially in these rivalry games.
Absolutely. Leaves you thinking, doesn't it?
It does. How do these early games, these intense battles, shape the rest of the season for teams with Super Bowl dreams? Does a game like this fuel them, or does the pressure of the rivalry starting this hot maybe impact them down the line? Something to keep an eye on for sure.